Welcome back to Cruise1st TV. It's good to see you again. Now, it's time for us to showcase the wonders that our tour team put together for unforgettable adventures around the world. Now, in this show, we're going to transport you back in time, thousands of years to ancient China, to the time where emperors claimed their lands and blazed their trail in the history books. In fact, the trip we're taking on this show will take us back thousands of years and tell an emotional and fascinating tale. We're going to see one of the greatest fortifications and communications highways on Earth, the Great Wall of China. And we're also heading to Xi'an to meet the mighty army of over 8,000 terracotta warriors who stand guard in what they believed was the afterlife of battle. And then we see how life for the ruling dynasties was really like in the ancient seat of government and royalty in Beijing. Now, we've arranged and curated an escorted tour of these fascinating places and added authentic experiences for your once-in-a-lifetime trip back in time. Of course, being Cruise1st, your reward for your intrepid exploration is a wonderful and luxurious cruise on board Celebrity on the solstice to continue your journey of discovery by visiting Vietnam and Thailand. Now, the whole 23 nights of experience holiday begins on the 6th of March for 2026 and will fly you from the UK to Xi'an in China. Now, at the airport, your guide will be there to meet you to begin 5 nights in search of the walls and warriors. And here's to show you the highlights is our very own tour guide, Mark.
Welcome to bustling China and the start of an incredible adventure that begins in Xi'an, where you'll be greeted at the airport and transferred to your hotel for a 2-night stay. Here you'll spend your first evening at leisure in one of the oldest of China's 4 great ancient capitals. The next morning you'll come face to face with the spectacular terracotta warriors. It's a sight like no other. Some 7,000 unique soldiers carved in exquisite detail with no 2 faces alike. Originally created to protect Emperor Qing Shi Huang in the afterlife, the warriors have stood strong for over 2,000 years, and you'll get the opportunity to learn how these magnificent creations came to be, with a visit to the Xi'an Arts and Ceramics exhibition. In the afternoon, you'll take a leisurely stroll on Xi'an's beautifully preserved 14th century ancient city walls that enclose the old town, before dining on a feast of soigao dumplings, followed by a fabulous performance of Tang Dynasty dancing. Buckle in on day 3 as you travel at over 400 miles per hour by bullet train to the capital of Beijing. On arrival, you'll be transferred to your hotel for a 3-night stay and that evening dine on delicious Peking duck meal. The next day, you'll take a morning walk through Tiananmen, the largest city square in the world that's steeped in history dating back to the 1600s. It's then into the sprawling magnificence of the Forbidden City, the former residence of the Ming and Qing emperors. Upon entering through the Gate of Supreme Harmony, you'll find a magical complex full of imperial riches. After lunch, you'll visit the Temple of Heaven, the largest masterpiece among China's ancient sacrificial buildings. Known for its rigorous symbolic layout, peculiar structure, and magnificent decoration, this is where the emperors from the 1400s worshipped the god of heaven and prayed for good harvests. You'll then enjoy a wander through the grounds of the magnificent Summer Palace, the largest and most well-preserved of all the imperial palace gardens and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. On day 5, you'll be ticking a big one off the bucket list as you head out of Beijing and travel north to one of the 7 wonders of the modern world, the Great Wall of China. Here you'll walk the cobbles, cross the watchtowers, and follow the way of the rugged mountains at the Jiongguan section, one of the 3 greatest passes of the Great Wall. Next up, you'll visit a jade museum where you have the chance to purchase intricate pieces of genuine gemstone before heading to the Sacred Way and Ming tombs, the final resting place of 13 of the Ming emperors. On your final evening, you'll experience an eye-boggling Chinese acrobat show with swinging ropes, juggling hoops, spinning plates, and human pyramids. It's an incredible whistle-stop tour where you'll uncover the best of China and explore its illustrious living history from Xi'an through to Beijing.
Gosh, you could just look at that forever, couldn't you? I mean, what a breadth of experiences. If from there you were simply flying back to the UK, you'd be more than satisfied, wouldn't you? But this holiday continues beyond that. In fact, that's part 1. And very, very exciting too. Next, we are flying from Beijing over to Hong Kong. Now we have 2 nights in a hotel in Hong Kong to enjoy as well. Beautiful. I mean, actually, the more you see Hong Kong, the more you want to. You can wander around Victoria Harbour. It's where you'll find the Avenue of Stars. It's where you'll find lots of top attractions there as well. You can take a tram up to the top of Victoria Peak for wonderful views over the city. I imagine that's one of the views over that city as well. Beautiful. You're there for 2 nights in a hotel, and then it is time for us to cruise, and we have 12 nights. And for all the celebrity cruise ships that there are in the fleet right now, I think this one is absolutely perfect for the journey we are about to take, because it is the solstice from Celebrity. So it has the Lawn Club, of course, up on top deck, which is amazing. It's real lawn. You can enjoy it so much up there. You know I'm a huge fan of it, even though I've not yet set foot. Actually, I'm going to make that one of the things for this year, is to try and get onto one of the solstice class to really experience for myself the Lawn Club. So I hope anyone that needs to be listening to that in management is listening right now. What I do love about this particular ship is, again, your breadth of dining. Very, very stylish indeed. Everything feels like absolute boutique, which I love. It feels like the kind of, very, very exclusive kind of resort that you might seek out in a big city and pay hundreds and hundreds of pounds just to be for a very, very short time, just to maybe enjoy, a couple of pools and whatever. This is your life over the cruise of 12 fabulous nights. You have got your classic drinks package included as well. You know with Celebrity that they have some of the deepest wine cellars at sea, which means great wine pairings with the fabulous food that is on offer. Now, there is specialty dining on board. We're seeing a selection of those restaurants here. But main dining is like specialty dining as well every single night of your cruise. That's the great thing about being on a Celebrity cruise. It really is an experience from start to finish. And that's not just, a nice bedroom and, a nice restaurant. It is so much more than that. It's the choice of entertainment. It's the lounges. It's the bar. It's the variety of different entertainment and spontaneous things that happen through your cruise, but everything done with that touch of style, which is exactly what you want it to be. And especially we're going what for you might be, unfamiliar territory. In terms of destinations, you might be going to these places for the first time. Wonderful excursion team on board to make suggestions for you as well. So, and there are many, many different shore excursion experiences in each of the destinations that we are going to. So we are 12 nights cruising, of course, out of Hong Kong. We have our first day at sea into Hanoi, into Vietnam. Ha Long Bay, actually, which is a way away from Hanoi, but you can take excursions into the city itself. But Ha Long Bay itself is UNESCO protected World Heritage Site, and it's beautiful. You've got 2 days here as well, so you have your overnight, which is nice. Then we move on to Chiang Mai. This is the former capital, actually, of Vietnam, what it was back in the 17th century. The banks of the Perfume River. There's temples, pagodas, palaces, tombs, and lots more as well. Day at sea into Ho Chi Minh City, the port for Phu My. Dynamic metropolis, wonderful French colonial architecture here. Modern Asian influences right the way through the city. Wonderful pagodas, street markets, wide boulevards, lots to explore. Day at sea into the port for Bangkok, which is Laem Chabang. You have an overnight here as well, so 2 full days. Good opportunity to get into Bangkok itself, see it by day, see it by night as well, do the shopping, see the wonderful street fairs that go on there, and just explore and enjoy. It's going to be a great couple of days, that one. Next, we go into Koh Samui in Thailand. This is a complete contrast from Bangkok, actually. This is very quaint, very tranquil, very, very laid back. More of a tropical paradise in this part of Thailand as well. Many, many attractions too. Day at sea, and we finish our cruise in Singapore. But we're not coming home just yet. I'm really, really happy to say we've got 2 nights in a hotel here as well. So make sure that you plan out what you fancy doing in Singapore, because there is so much there. The Marine Promenade give you the best views of the city. There's Marina Bay Sands there, which has a big observatory deck. You can see Gardens by the Bay that we're looking at right now, which is 101 hectares, so it's huge. There's the Super Tree Groves. There's the Fullerton Hotel, home of the Singapore Sling. Oh no, that's Raffles, isn't it? We'll go to Raffles and the Fullerton. Why not? You're there for 2 nights before you then fly back to the UK. So this is a pretty epic kind of holiday, this one, which is why we're pricing this up for 2026. There are other dates actually for this one. I think we've got November this year and next year, but we're going to price it up for this date in March in 2026, so pretty couple of years away. Very, very much a landmark experience, as I say. Deposits today on this one can begin your adventure. The price we'll give you includes your flight out to Xi'an in China. You've got the personal service of the guided and escorted tour and stay package, remember, in China to see the Terracotta Warriors, the Great Wall of China, and the Beijing highlights, including Tiananmen Square, followed by the flight from Beijing to Hong Kong. And then you've got 2 nights in a hotel there before your 12 nights of cruising with Celebrity on the Solstice. She's beautiful from Hong Kong to Vietnam and Thailand, ending the cruise in Singapore. Don't forget the cruise includes classic drinks package and Wi-Fi right the way throughout. You've got a further 2 nights hotel stay in Singapore at the end of the cruise, and then the flight back to the UK. Gosh, that's a lot actually, isn't it? Now you're thinking, okay, £15,000 each. No, absolutely not. 249 per person deposit today, and your price tag for the entire package. Now this is really kind of crystallizing the Far East for you in one amazing package. One of those kind of, you know, I'm saying once in a lifetime. Actually, this could be opening the doors to many other possibilities for you as well. Let's have a look at your opportunities for upgrading on board the Solstice on that cruise there. So there's ocean view and balcony prices there for you. Talk to the team as well if you want to play around with the number of nights in places as well, then we can always do that for you. Aside the 5 night tour, if there's anything else that you want to do in China, for instance, other places you want to visit there, you can make that part of this holiday as well. And if 2 nights in Hong Kong you would like to be a little bit more, or indeed in Singapore, then talk to the team on 0800 953 4700 and we'll be more than glad to help you out with packaging this up. But it is an amazing price, actually, I have to say, when you consider that we put all of the travel together, we stitched it all together beautifully, taking advantage of our worldwide buying power as well as a company. So we're talking about cruise brands, airlines, hotel brands, the cruise lines, of course, you know, working with all of those to get you the very, very best of value when it comes to something like this. And I think actually what you've got here is something you bring a lot back from as well. The lovely cultural heritage, the lovely history that you are seeing here, and that lovely balance of the relaxing cruise and the stays in Hong Kong and Singapore. I just think this is beautifully balanced and blended. So if you want to have a deeper dive into this, you can see it on our website, CEL263. Just pop that into the search reference at Cruise1st.tv. Listen, thanks for your company. Just a little tiny show, this one, but we'll be back with more fabulous cruise and stay offers from Cruise1st in just a couple of minutes.